Cheap airplanes don't scare experienced pilots. Cheap ownership does. Because here's the secret nobody tells beginners. The best airplanes aren't the newest ones. They're the ones that already prove they can survive decades of flying, bad owners, economic crashes, and changing regulations. Today, we're talking about 10 used airplanes you can still buy relatively cheap and fly forever. These aren't museum pieces. These are workhorses. Airplanes that forgive mistakes, accept maintenance reality, and stay relevant year after year. And if you're a retired or late career pilot, this matters more than ever, because the goal isn't excitement anymore, it's longevity. Let's start. Before we name a single airplane, remember this. You don't fly an airplane forever because it's perfect. You fly it forever because it's repairable, supported, and predictable. That's what really keeps costs low. 1. Cessna 172, older models. Yes, again, and for a reason. Older 172s are still among the smartest buys in aviation. You're not paying for fashion, you're paying for infrastructure. Parts availability is unmatched. Every mechanic understands it. Every insurance company trusts it. And every airport is built with it in mind. You can fly slow. You can fly often. You can leave it parked without anxiety. It doesn't age. It simply continues. Some pilots say they'll outgrow a 172. Many later realize they never needed to. Would you rather outgrow an airplane or grow old with one? 2. Piper Cherokee 140, 160, 180. The Cherokee series is one of the great bargains of used aviation. Simple systems, stable handling, honest performance, and often cheaper than comparable Cessnas. These airplanes don't surprise you. They don't demand heroics. They reward routine. For senior pilots, that's exactly what you want. The low wing makes fueling easier. The cabin is comfortable, and maintenance costs stay predictable. They may not excite YouTube, but they excite owners who want to keep flying for years. Is boring actually a compliment in aviation? Cessna 150, 152. These airplanes quietly refuse to disappear. They are cheap to own, cheap to insure, cheap to maintain, and cheap to fly. That's not an accident. It's design philosophy. For pilots who no longer need speed or payload, these aircraft offer something powerful: freedom without pressure. You don't hesitate to fly. You don't calculate every minute. You just go. Many retired pilots downsize into these and wonder why they waited so long. Is smaller really a step down or a step back to joy? 4. Grumman AA5 Traveler Cheetah. Grummans are hidden gems. Lightweight construction, clean aerodynamics, and excellent efficiency make them surprisingly affordable long-term. They cruise faster than expected on modest fuel. They handle crisply, and bonded aluminum construction keeps corrosion manageable. Parts availability requires patience, but patience is something older pilots usually have. These airplanes reward thoughtful ownership, not impulse buying. Would you trade convenience for efficiency? 5. Piper PA-18 Super Cub and similar. The Super Cub is proof that simplicity beats time. No complex systems, no heavy avionics, just structure, engine, and skill. They hold value because they can be rebuilt indefinitely. Fabric, tubes, simple engines, nothing here is disposable. Fuel burn is low, maintenance is honest, and flying feels personal again. For many pilots, this becomes the last airplane they ever own. Is flying about transportation or connection? 6. Mooney M20, normally aspirated. Moonies don't age, they mature. Efficient, strong, and designed to go far on little fuel, they remain some of the best value airplanes on the used market. Yes, they demand precision. Yes, landings matter. But that's exactly why many experienced pilots love them. They reward skill, not recklessness. Fuel efficiency alone keeps them relevant as costs rise. Do you want an airplane that forgives or one that keeps you sharp? 7. Cessna 182 Skylane. The 182 is what happens when capability meets restraint. More power, more useful load, better performance without complex systems. For pilots who want real travel ability but don't want retractable gear or turbochargers, this is a sweet spot. Values remain strong, demand never disappears, and ownership stress stays reasonable. Many pilots sell their 182 and regret it later. Have you ever sold the right airplane too soon? 8. Piper Comanche. The Comanche is one of aviation's quiet overachievers. Smooth handling, solid structure, excellent cross-country performance. Prices are still reasonable, often lower than the capability suggests. Owners tend to keep them for decades. That alone tells you something. They don't scream for attention, they just work. Why do some great airplanes fade from public attention while never leaving owners' hangars? 9. Tecnam P2006 TIS P2010 used market. European practicality is finally being noticed. These aircraft offer modern ergonomics, efficient engines, and reduced fatigue, something older pilots deeply appreciate. Operating costs remain controlled, systems are logical, cabins are comfortable. They don't pretend to be legacy American icons, they just solve problems. Is modern aviation finally catching up to what pilots actually need? 10. Beechcraft Bonanza early models. Not cheap to operate, but cheap to own well. Bonanzas hold value because owners take care of them and because they deliver serious capability without chaos. Strong airframes, smooth flight, real travel ability. If maintained correctly, they age beautifully. Is quality expensive, or does it just refuse to depreciate? Let's pause. Notice the pattern. These airplanes survive because parts exist, knowledge exists, communities exist, designs are honest, trends don't last, ecosystems do. Here's the real takeaway. If you buy the right used airplane, you don't own it, you join it. You join decades of experience, shared solutions, and proven survival. And that's what lets you fly cheaply and forever. Now, I want to hear from you. Which airplane on this list do you think is the best long-term buy? Which one do you think is overrated? And what airplane have you owned that simply refused to die? Leave your real-world experience in the comments. Because airplanes that last forever don't become legends overnight. They earn it one flight at a time.